Welcome tonight to the December 17th meeting of the Southern Fried DNN User Group. This is our Christmas meeting. We were saying in the beginning, while we were all hanging out to get started, that we normally have this meeting in person. We normally go, those of us in the Charlotte area gather together at a local pub or restaurant, and we have a bit of a party for an evening. But for a number of reasons, quarantine being the primary one of those, we are instead doing it online tonight, and that means that we won't be able to get together and share drinks and share some fun in person, but we'll be able to do that tonight here online, and we get to share it with everyone else, which is even more fun too. So it's a BYOB celebration. Pick up your drinks and toast as we go, and we'll kind of have some fun. For tonight's meeting, we have a bit of fun planned. We're going to be running through the content of another DNN Jeopardy. DNN Jeopardy was an episode that we put together back at the beginning of quarantine, actually. I think it was in April, somewhere around then, that we ran the very first Southern Fried DNN Jeopardy, and enjoyed putting that together, and I think it was a lot of fun. Out of that DNN Jeopardy, we had Daniel Vallada take away the win, and we sent to him a packet of DNN playing cards. I have a set of these. They were going to be giveaways when I went in person to the next DNN Summit. But short of that, decided to give them away to winners of contests and things like that. So we sent one to Daniel. I played DNN Jeopardy again back at DNN Global, and Don Gingold won this box right here. So this is going to be sent on to Don when I have a moment to put it in a box and mail it off. So we'll have some fun doing DNN Jeopardy here tonight. But let's kind of move on as we normally do to talk a little bit about buzz and things in the community and things that are coming up. DNN Summit is probably the very first thing that we should talk about, because that is coming up and has some deadlines here. DNN Summit 2021 is going to be virtual. We're going to be doing it online within the system called Hop-In. We got to test that a bit with the most recent event, and it was a lot of fun to play with and get to learn about. And we're looking forward to putting it in practice for a virtual instance of DNN Summit. And I'll kind of pass it to David to talk about a couple of things here off the cuff, and then we'll talk about registration so far. David, we just finished up with DNN Summit the speakers announcements, and those are all starting to show up on the website, right?
They are all there actually already, as well as all the sessions. Mm-hmm. So yep. If you head over to, well, the main conference page will have a little bit of a highlight and so forth, but then you got your speakers page where you can get a nice bio and see what each of the speakers are speaking about, and link over to their sessions as well. And then you can go to sessions and kind of reverse your perspective there a bit and look at the individual sessions. And then we've got the full schedule out there as well. And I'm sorry I'm talking so fast there, Ryan. I should have been watching your screen.
No worries. All good.
But you can look at the various tracks here and see the sessions that are in there now. That's interesting. Oh, okay. You're just not scrolling down. Okay. I thought that was all that was showing.
No, there's less in there. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I was thinking, oh, do we have a problem? And then in the schedule, you can see where these actually fit into the main schedule there. So what we've tried to do is to break up these sessions into, where you've got multiple different tracks going on at the same time, so that you don't have, like, for instance, you're more developer focused or more design focused. You don't have, for the most part, you don't have conflicting sessions going on in the same time slot there. So yeah, well organized so far and looking forward to it.
One of my favorite things about the organization that we've done this time is we're leaving plenty of spots in between sessions and in between activities to visit the sponsors and to network and talk with each other in the breakout rooms or breakout area for just communicating and networking with people. And it's funny because there's a structure to it in the online system. I almost wonder whether people are going to interact more than they would in person, because in person, you go to another place, you run over to the restaurant, and then you come back to the lounge or the meeting area. You may not see people. Here, you kind of got nothing to do for just a little bit of time in between sessions. It's a good time to meet other people and to network and virtual business cards. All kinds of fun things ahead there. Sponsors-wise, the sponsors are updated on the site. So we have gold sponsors, silver sponsors, and myself down there as a bronze sponsor. We have quite a good spread of sponsors, but there's plenty of time to still step in and be a sponsor of DNN Summit. Because this is being done virtual this year, there are some more opportunities to put your name out there, get out there and be seen, and also to share and support the DNN community. So there's some good opportunities there. Registration-wise, did early bird end today, or is it tomorrow technically?
It ends tonight at midnight-ish, somewhere along there.
Yeah.
Probably Central Time Zone-ish, I'm assuming, on that.
Yeah.
Since Mitch will probably be doing that.
Oh,
and I will mention that one thing that was cool. I heard the latest kind of rough count of registrations, and we've got a lot of registrations. It's already going to kind of be a record event. I think we're, over 100 now already registered, and probably plenty more coming, because a lot of people wait till the last minute to register. But, save yourself $100, by registering today for $99.
Yeah.
I mean, even when it goes off of early bird, it'll still only be $199. So it's very affordable. Lots of great content for that as well.
And I don't know whether to attribute it to the virtual setup, because, understandably, and, when we have the in-person event, the location limits some people from being able to travel to go there. But we normally have a rush of new registrations after Christmas. And between Christmas and the end of January, a lot of new people register for the event. And with it being at the end of February, that's really cutting it close. But already we've had more registrations now, before December than we normally have. So it's very encouraging. It'll be a fun event with a large amount of people. And even with that list of saying that you've got over 100 people registered already, the majority of those are not speakers. The speakers still have to register as well. So
yeah, and also, Ryan, the majority of those as well are not the usual people that would come to an in-person event, which is really interesting, because I think, that's probably one of the nice benefits of doing a virtual event. Maybe it's just not conducive for them to be able to visit an in-person event, and this gives a nice alternative. So we'll probably see a lot of new faces, be able to meet a lot of new people.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, so jumping back over to DNN Community, things in general, I normally pull new events and new information from the DNN Community website. Again, the DNN Community website is not new any longer. I still think of it as new, but it's certainly something that's made strides this year in content and information being shared with the community. The community blogs location is where I go to see new information that's being put out. And there has been a fair amount of new information both here and also questions about it inside the GitHub, and conversation about the CK editor and the versions of the CK editor that are included within DNN. And so if you've ever had troubles with CK editor, or you have some things that you'd like to learn, what you can do to customize it, either per user or per DNN instance, there have been a good couple of articles that have come out recently that help solidify that and show you how to do that. Meanwhile, there are new videos and items that are being put up from Will Stroll. He's doing interviews with all of the primary sponsors, and so you'll see some new videos coming out regularly, but just recently was posted the one for Cassidy and 10 Pound Gorilla. So that was something you can catch and take a look at. And then there have been some articles that have been written regarding some security and some of the different things that are out here. We've had to do some things recently, such as have a site redirect everything to one location, or take a look at other steps we can do to harden a hosting instance, much less a DNN instance. So there's some good articles out there regarding that. David or Clint, anything else you want to add in that is worth mentioning?
Yeah, Ryan, I would point out two specific articles that was recently, or blogs that were put out there. One from Mitch Sellers. You have to go to the second page to get there, but
yeah,
it's called The Technical Future of DNN. So if you're interested in like where things are heading as a platform and some of the pieces behind that, check out that article. And then just on the page previous to that at the bottom, you don't have to scroll to it or anything, but it's also the kind of the companion blog post for that as well on the strategy side of things. So we're hoping that that brings a bit of clarity on where we are, who we are, what we're doing, you know, as a solution out there, and you know, why. So those are really good blogs.
Also,
now, while we
Mitchell was interviewed, if you haven't watched it, by that Isaac Levin guy or whatever for the .NET. I don't know if you were going to cover that, but I did want to bring it up.
No, I had heard about it, but I hadn't actually seen the links or anything for it.
I'll post it here in just a minute.
Excellent. We'll make it part of the links we put in the website. Well, you come to spend time with SoFri for community information and updates and tips and tricks, but you also come for entertainment. I'd like to challenge David Poindexter right here and now. I mean, you say you've got that street cred, but I'm not going to believe it unless you can pull out that Michael Jackson Thriller jacket because it's in the corner of your house somewhere. You got over your shoulder that you can pull that out? You mentioned it in the article.
No, man, busted. No, it's in a box.
Oh, so it's somewhere else. It's out of reach. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fun and games. We're going to continue forward with some fun and games. What we're going to be doing tonight is playing a game of Jeopardy. This is in the same style of one that we did in April. And what I will need are 4 contestants. 3 contestants will do. I happen to have 9 folks here online tonight. So let me see the participant list. Who do we got? This is the DNN Jeopardy that we played here back in October. And there were a few people present in that. So I felt it was a safe one to recycle and use for our Christmas party here. Mark, were you on with us in October? Have you already seen this content? I feel like you might have.
Yes, I played that last game. Had a lot of fun.
That's right. You played the last game. Well, I tell you what, that means we will disqualify you from playing in this round. But I'm going to need 4 contestants to participate here. I even see Will Stroll has come on. That'd be fantastic. What I need to do is just hear from you who wants to come in, because what I'm going to do is rename your characters so that I know who each person is, and then we'll be able to go through and do that. But I'll kick that off by starting the playing action. The way this works is I am able to say that we want to have 4 people. We're going to play in buzzer mode. That means that you use your phone or a separate tab in your web page that you pull over to the side, and you use that as your buzzer, and you will buzz in. The way that you get registered as a contestant is you go to playfactile, so playfactile.com/join, and you type in 5041. That will get you into our group here at this point. And I can put that into the chat. Where I don't even see where the chat is in the new system. Okay. But I need to see those players coming in so that we can see who's going to come in and be a participant. Seriously. Chat.
Hey, Jeremy Ferentz is joining, so you know we need to prod him to get in there pretty quickly because he was trying to help us with the platform last time, I believe. So, or no, that
Jeremy,
was
I would love for you to come in and play. This would be fantastic. Jeremy, on screen right now, we have playfactile.com/join for you to join our game of DNN Jeopardy that's about to begin. And we have that you're going to enter in code 5041. I have one participant ready to play, and I need 3 more. I'm seriously having a problem opening the chat system. It doesn't open for me. Alt-H.
I think
Unless the participant list. Oh, it was under the participant list. That's very nice. There we go. There's factile.com/join. There you go. Steve, you should come play. Absolutely. We have had a technical edition where you had to be a well-rounded developer to know some things. This one is not as technical. This is more entertainment and informational. Mark, you can attest. This was a good time was had by all, and you do not have to have development code knowledge to be able to make a good run at it, right?
I can attest to that, Ryan. It's a good game. You guys should go on in and get in there.
I said join. Yep, join. All right. I've got 3 out of 4. Come on, one more. Who are we missing here? David's played a time or 2. Clint, did you join in? Joseph Miller just joined. Hey, anybody who's joining can absolutely join and play Jeopardy here. And if we had more, I can always add people after the fact to join in.
Jeremy.
Ryan, I said it in chat before you located the chat. I'm going to have to dip out here shortly for a baby bath pause, and then I'll be back. So I don't need to play. Also, I mean, I'll probably dominate, so it wouldn't be fair, right?
No, right. Well, you can come back at the end and help cheer us on at Final Jeopardy. All right, so we've got 3 out of 4. We got 1 more, and Steve is in. Will Stroll, did you join in? Are you in there?
Scaredy cat.
I am not.
I think it's.
I just don't know how long I'm going to be here because I might have to go get the door and handle some stuff. So,
who is it?
It entirely could be that you are in the picture. I can also play with 3. I'm going to give it. 10 more seconds, and I'm going to play with 3.
Get in there, Jeremy.
In honor of Trebek.
Yeah.
Come on.
David,
as far as I know, I'm in. I think I'm in.
Yeah. No, Jeremy's in. I saw that.
Peter, you in there? Okay.
All right, David, you going in?
Daniel said he was going to play, but he won last time, so
Oh, yeah. Daniel's a
yeah, but it
champion.
Was last time it was developer focused, so
that was a different game.
Daniel, returning champion. We should have a returning champion in there. I would very much like that.
Also, I'm working on the same time, so I might lose due to lack of concentration.
Yeah.
I see. We are setting a low bar for the entertainment value that we're putting out here. I understand. Okay.
I play with handicap.
Excuses.
All right. We've got 4 of 4. We are ready to begin the game. We will begin, and if you'll bear with me just a moment, I am going to rename and manage people. We've got potato, broccoli, onion, and watermelon ready to play, but I think it's better if we are seeing what everyone's names are. Broccoli was, I believe,
that's me, Steve,
right?
Yeah.
All right. Who else we got here? Who is potato?
That's me.
Pete, good. Who is onion?
That would be me.
All right. And who's watermelon?
Will, you're killing me.
All right. Who's on his watermelon?
I have to admit I'm on and I don't know which one I am. How do I know which one I am?
You must be watermelon.
You must be watermelon
by
then.
default.
Wait, who was that?
That was Jeremy, wasn't it?
Oh, I see.
Okay.
I'm pineapple. I'm late.
Oh.
And you joined as 5041?
Yeah, it says I'm waiting for approval. I misunderstood. I didn't read the directions.
That's no problem. I don't necessarily know how I can add in one more. Oh, wait. Nope, it does not slide over. I've got 4. Pineapple, you might, you sure you're not watermelon? Who's watermelon if not?
Okay, I'm watermelon.
Oh, is that the case?
Sucker.
You're
Okay.
killing me.
We are set. We are set. We've got a set of us. We will begin now with with Christmas edition 2020 Southern Fried DNN Jeopardy. We'll begin with a review of the board, starting with literally related. These are DNN topics that have literal, as in literary, relationships. A keen eye, our photo series, which has details and elements for a keen eye to observe. Error apparent, items that are related to errors and issues within systems. Summit Con or is a category related to many of the different types of DNN events that the community has held over the years. Potent Portables deals with all things related to ports of the system or handy relationships to the word portal. And finally, A Sight to See is our category of websites that are important or interesting to the DNN community. We will begin by reviewing our guests and kicking off the board to our reigning champion, Daniel Veladas. We begin with Potato. We have Pete Good as contestant number 1. Broccoli, contestant number 2. We have Steve Carpick. Daniel Veladas is coming in as an Onion. Again, our reigning champion from earlier April, Southern Fried DNN, which you can watch on the website. And David Poindexter coming in as our mystery guest is a watermelon. So, as I mentioned to Daniel, we'll begin our game of Jeopardy. And since you are a returning champion, you have the board to begin with. For all of our contestants at home who are playing, be aware that your buzzer is going to function as your way to answer questions. Buzz in, even if someone else is buzzed in. Remember, if you buzz in second or third, you're the next person that we can pass the questions on to. Daniel, I'll let you choose a category and begin.
Let's go strong with error apparent.
Error apparent for 100. To see a detailed ASP.NET error message in a browser, you may need to edit which key file in the root. David Poindexter, the watermelon. Oh, you have to be off mute.
Web.config, or what is web.config?
What is the web.config file? Excellent. David, you may continue.
Okay, Brian, let's go for error apparent for 200.
Error apparent 200. A redirect loop can occur due to a conflict between site settings and page settings regarding this security feature.
Oh.
A redirect loop can occur. David?
What is SSL?
That is an excellent answer. What is a redirect loop of SSL to non-SSL between site enforced SSL and page settings? Excellent. You may continue, David.
Well, let's keep the roll going and go for error apparent for 300.
This under construction error screen can often mean what about a base element of the hosting environment? Daniel Veladas.
What is a database connection issue?
Excellent answer. What is the database is offline or the username or password has connection issues? You've taken that run there, Dana, so you may continue. What's your next choice?
Well, so we don't empty the column. Let's go with potent portables for 200.
Potent portables for 200. This is the maximum number of portals within a DNN instance. Pete. You're on mute, Pete.
What is 1,000? What is 1,000?
No, that's not exactly a correct answer we're looking for. David.
Oh, I accidentally hit my buzzer. I have no freaking idea. I would guess 500 though.
You would guess 500. Interesting. Steve, would you like to venture an answer for this question?
How about 64?
Question for this answer.
How about, what is 64?
Daniel Veladas, can you deliver for us the correct answer?
What is int.max? 64,000.
What is a trick question? There is no technical limit. We don't often have these.
The ID is an integer.
The ID is an integer. There is no technical limit. Within our own
I think Daniels
DNN,
is actually right.
Yeah, it's the maximal value of an integer.
Within the DNN user group here within Southern Fried, we have users who have portals that have thousands of DNN instances each. It is based on the environment and what you can support and what those uses are. So I believe that went to Daniel Veladas, so he can continue.
Let's go same column for $100.
Okay, potent portables. This short-lived ASP.NET e-commerce system was ported over to DNN around 2008 and DNN versions 4 and 5. Pete Good.
What is my storefront? Crap, it's what is storefront.net? Crap, I can't remember the name of it.
Excellent. I will accept that answer. What is
ASP.NET
storefront? That is an excellent answer from Pete, who has some long-term memory of using that system a long time ago. You can continue with the next choice, Pete.
I'm going to go for a keen eye, 100.
A keen eye. You can find this checker flag and view website displayed in this primary DNN screen. David Poindexter.
What is the install wizard?
What is the install wizard is correct. Your next choice?
Let's just stick with a keen eye for 200.
A star is featured in a valuable position in the center of this DNN-related logo. A star is featured in a valuable position in the center of this DNN-related logo.
Define logo.
One of my favorite features of the wit and the detail within DNN Jeopardy and Jeopardy itself is that the answers are often hinted and held inside of the statements themselves. A star is featured in a valuable position. Be good.
I'm just going to venture a guess and say, what is the gear logo for DNN itself? The old one.
No, that is incorrect.
Okay.
Serious people.
All right, here we go. Beep, beep, beep. What is the DNN MVP logo?
Oh, what is a DNN MVP? Oh, okay, gotcha.
It features a star in a valuable position. I believe.
Probably still David.
I've forgotten who had control of the board. David, I believe you had control of the board.
Oh yeah, let's do a keen eye for 300. That's pretty fun.
Keen eye for 300. This is the newest core DNN theme or skin in a default install. David Poindexter.
What is Exilian?
That is correct. How do you say zillion? I included this one as a question just so I could hear people say the word zillion.
Isn't
continue,
it?
That was
David?
spelled wrong, though.
Yeah, it's spelled wrong. It's
It's
Exilian.
Exilian.
There is a C in there. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, let's do a keen eye for 400, Ryan.
Keen eye for 400. A cute dog illustration can be seen found in this DNN screen. Daniel.
What is any persona bar screen while it loads?
That is correct. What is the extension persona bar screen or any screen that takes too long to load? That is
I
correct.
have no idea how to answer it.
I've never seen that in any other view. I've only seen it in extensions.
You have to have a slow internet connection.
Really?
Yeah.
Or a lot of things for it to return. All right, Daniel. You're mute.
You're muted.
Sorry, let's change the beat a little bit and let's go literally related for 300.
Literally related for 300. George Orwell's quote, "Even through the shut window, blank, the world looked cold," is completed with this skin term. Even through the shut window, blank. Steve.
What is pain?
What is pain is an excellent answer. What is pain? Steve, you have the board.
A sight to see for 100, please.
A sight to see for 100. The domain name changed from .netnuke.com to another name. Steve.
What is DNN.com? No, what is DNNsoft.com?
Both
Damn.
are incorrect. I will have to
Oh,
count
shit.
that as incorrect.
Oh, well.
David Poindexter.
What is DNNsoftware.com?
What is DNNsoftware.com, to be complete? Excellent try, Steve. David.
Let's do literally related for 100. I'm the guy that sticks with the same column.
Literally related. Model and actor Iman is quoted as saying, "Beauty is being comfortable and confident in your own blank." Steve.
What is skin?
Excellent answer. What is skin? Steve, your choice?
Literally related, 200, please.
Excellent. Originating with the playing of board games in the 17th century, the phrase, "Oh, how the blank have turned," can be completed with this database term. Pete?
What are tables?
What are tables is correct. Your choice for the board, Pete?
Let's see here. Let's go with sight to see for 200.
A sight to see for 200. This domain name changed from snowcovered.com to another name. Pete?
Store.dnn.com.
That is not technically correct.
Ah,
David Poindexter?
What is DNN Store?
DNN Store.
I'm sorry. Can you phrase that as the domain name, please?
Oh, the domain name. Oh, I thought you said
The domain name changed from snowcover.com
the
to
domain name.
another
What is
domain name.
store.dnnsoftware.com.
Yeah, it's software that's.
You already answered.
We're going to give that. Yeah, we
We'll give
already
that to the next
counted your answer as incorrect, and we will count that one as closed. But that is a domain name was the question. David, you did answer mostly correct. I'll give you the board. What would be your next choice?
Let's go for a keen eye for 500, Ryan.
A keen eye for 500 to close out this column. In 2013, the then new DNN logo was featured on this unique location. Clint Patterson stepped out of the room, but he knew about this particular.
I'm still here. I'm still here, and I think I took that picture, so I definitely.
What is a NASCAR car?
That will be
incorrect.
That will be accepted. What is on a race car? What is on a race car quarter panel?
That wasn't NASCAR, though.
It wasn't NASCAR. It was not NASCAR.
It wasn't NASCAR. Clint described that the owners of LRS outside of Chicago sponsored a racing team, and they used the new, at the time, logo on their racing car.
Yeah.
I was at the drag strip at this race and took the pic, says Clint Patterson.
I've got to complain against that logo because I can clearly see some things very close to touching the D. And I remember us having a big discussion about not touching the D.
Well, I'm going to let you move on past that one. Next answer.
Oh, dear. Yeah, I went there, didn't I? Let's go for literally related for 400.
For 400. There's the private blank and the public blank, and the two shall never meet. Liev Shriver. There's the private blank and the public blank, and the two shall never meet.
I'm just gonna try it for what is a site?
No, that is not correct.
Okay.
It's a bit vague.
Repo.
Unless you answer it with the correct literary term from DNN. Daniel Veladas.
Oh, I'm just trying something in case this guy wrote a book about development. What is method?
Good guess.
I like where you go with that, but no, that is not correct. Steve, would you like to venture an answer?
A wild guess. What is page?
No, not page. I cringe. You've fallen below 100 points at that point.
It's so sad.
David Poindexter, would you like to take a pass at it?
What is profile?
Getting much closer. I will complete the answer for us. There is the private persona and the public persona, and the two shall never meet. Well, as we head into about the midpoint of our game, we have Pete Good with 200, Steve with -100, Daniel with 500, and David with 200. At this point, with most of the higher items still available on the board, it is really still anyone's game. With just a couple of answers, you each can outpace the others. So at this point, the last in control was
it David?
You know what? I believe I'm going to turn it around the other way just because my short-term memory doesn't keep track that well. I'm going to pass the board to Steve to allow him to pick the next category.
Literally related for 500, please.
Literally related for 500. In her novel, Write Like No One Is Reading, Karen Kwan wrote, "Push my blank and I'll push you off a bridge." Pete,
what is button? What is button?
What is buttons is correct. What is buttons? We have closed out literally related. Pete, your choice of the board topic.
I'm going to go for Sight to See 300.
Sight to See for 300. This new community website is the focus for community-driven information and resources. David.
What is DNNCommunity.org?
What is DNNCommunity.org? Your next choice.
A Sight to See for 400, Ryan.
All right, the Sight to See for 400. This community-driven website is the location of the official DNN platform documentation. David Poindexter.
What is DNNDocs.com?
Excellent. What is DNNDocs.com?
A Sight to
Would
See.
you like to close out that
Ryan?
category or venture somewhere new?
Oh, no, I'm the guy that stays in the same column. Stay in my lane.
Yes, sir. Formerly found on CodeFlex, DNN and community source modules moved to this location. David.
What is GitHub?
What is GitHub? Excellent. We have completed another column, and the board is yours.
I can't choose another column. Let's go for SummitCon or for 100.
Summit, Con, or. This community conference was first held in Denver, Colorado in 2017. David?
What is DNN Summit?
What is DNN Summit?
Let's stick with the same column for 200, right?
I had a suspicion. The first .NET Nuke Community Conference was organized by Will Stroll and O. Doug. David Poindexter.
What is Day of DNN? Or Day of .NET
What
Nuke?
is Day of .NET Nuke? Absolutely.
There's brand guidelines, so Day of DNN is technically
I
incorrect.
saw both in graphic. So don't mess with me.
Absolutely.
We're sticking with the same column.
All right. Sponsoring the DNN beer keg has been commonly part of this convention. David Poindexter.
What is DNN Connect?
What is DNN Connect? That is correct.
400, Ryan.
Yes, sir. Held under this title once in Charlotte, North Carolina, this later became the name of the area's DNN user group. David Poindexter.
What is Southern Fried DNN?
What is Southern Fried DNN?
This is not fair.
I actually knew that one.
500.
Watch him shake things up.
This conference in October included a superhero-themed costume party. David, click on the buzzer again.
What is DNN World?
What is DNN World 2012? We had all kinds of costumes, both present for people to put on, but also we had costumes, people showing up, and we were encouraged to bring our own costumes. So it was an excellent costume party in October that year.
I believe Will Stroll.
David, you closed out another column. Your total is now up to 3,400. There is still a chance for someone to come in out of the edge to match you, but it would take some effort. So let's see what we have next. You can choose your next column.
Let's find the error of our ways here and go with 400 for error parent.
Excellent. After an upgrade of DNN to version 8.0, the website with an old skin could display blank white pages or an error message referring to this removed element. David Poindexter.
What is sole part?
What is the sole part menu? Absolutely. Does everyone need a buzzer check? Does anyone else need to check and see if you're able to ring in? David.
Go for error apparent for 500.
Absolutely. The object of much frustration, this error message recorded in the event log doesn't tell you very much. Daniel Vallada.
Aha. What is a null reference exception?
Can you describe the message that you might receive with that?
Well, that's awesome.
The object was null. What is?
I know
what
what
is
right.
not set to an instance of an object. Something is not set to an instance of an object. Does that work?
An object reference is not set to the instance of an object. That is absolutely correct.
Like that redneck with his pocket knife.
What I can do there is bring Daniel back into the running with that 500 added back for him. And Daniel, you can choose.
Let's go with 300.
All right, 300. URLs were more friendly to read when this community favorite was ported over to DNN Community version 7.1.
Oh,
David Poindexter.
What? Oh, sorry. What is URL master? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
That is correct. The Ifinity URL master.
Okay. Yeah.
Potent portals of 400. Displayed in the evoq interface, this feature can be controlled within the database directly for DNN Community Edition. Under potent portables displayed in the evoq interface, this feature can be controlled within the database directly for Community Edition.
It's a little vague.
Yeah.
Most of them with an answer in the chat. A portal related. Good.
What is basically everything on the site?
There is another portal related term that would be an excellent answer for this question. Displayed in the evoq interface, this feature can be controlled within the database of the Community DNN Edition.
What is DNN Community Edition? I haven't heard that in a long time.
What's up?
Yeah.
What are portal groups? What are portal groups? Was the answer we were looking for.
Well, that's in the interface.
It is in the platform interface now.
Yeah.
It is now?
But he did say DNN Community Edition, so that implies an older version of DNN.
Yeah.
The progenitor of .NET Nuke had portal in this solution name. The progenitor of .NET Nuke had portal in this solution name.
What is a
Google
progenitor?
I'm trying to remember what was
a precursor. Progenitor,
was
precursor.
Basically, what was .NET Nuke called before it was .NET Nuke?
Oh, I can tell you that.
And that's
David
what I
Poindexter.
can't remember.
What is iBuySpy portal?
Thank you.
Yep.
iBuySpy portal.
There's two answers to that.
Kit. The
Is iBuySpy
iBuySpy portal solution kit was the potent portable answer that we were looking for.
Well, I actually win because I'm still in the positive, and I promise you I know less than like everybody here. So
Good job, Pete.
All right, we reached the point of time where it's time to finish with Final Jeopardy. We get a chance to put in our final wages for our end question. You have a chance to put in your wages now. And I believe that unless David loses everything with an answer, it will be quite difficult for others to catch up. But there is always a chance, especially with Final Jeopardy questions being a bit difficult. So we're waiting for Steve to put in his wager, and then we will be able to move to our Final Jeopardy question. Oh, you know what? At Final Jeopardy, negative balances are dropped out. So
yeah,
it's only people with positive balances. That is right. So we are good to go with our final question. At the DNN 2012 DNN World Conference with the costume contest, DNN original developer Sean Walker dressed up as this superhero. So we will wait a moment for you to put in your answers. And when we are ready, we will reveal. Daniel has entered an answer. There's a way for me to turn on Jeopardy music in this game, but there is oh, here it is. Is this a button? Nope. Or it's not on, I see.
David's looking on the photos probably.
I didn't. I can't even remember.
All right. Pete, you were not there with us in 2012, but I'd love to see your answer and see what you waged here. Who is Spider-Man for 300? Although that would be a very good, apt one for having much responsibility, but no, unfortunately, it was not Spider-Man. Danny Veladas has ventured an answer. What is Superman? Superman would be an excellent choice for such a strong character, but Superman is not correct. David, let's see what David has put up and what he has wagered. David has put in Batman. However, he's wagered 0 Were you not confident of your answer there, David?
Nope. I just did
just didn't need to.
You were not confident of your answer. However, you were correct.
Oh, really?
You got all of the $0.
Guessed it right.
Who is Batman?
All I remember was
the
Bill Strong.
And in this photo, we have Sean Walker in the middle as Batman. We have Superman over here as Will Stroll on the side. And honestly, he's told me once already, and I forget who is over on the left-hand side.
Israel Martinez.
Israel, that's right. So that was our DNN Jeopardy game for tonight. David Poindexter Watermelon has taken away the lead tonight with the most correct answers and a quick finger on the buzzer. So we've had a wonderful time tonight, and David has taken away tonight's DNN Jeopardy. Thank you, all of our contestants for playing. Thank you, and congratulations to David. We will have another. You can play this game again. The link for this is playable, and you can play it at home with your friends and family because everyone would enjoy DNN Jeopardy. David, I'll have a pack of cards to pass your way here. I can drop them by the office or bring them to you when quarantine's over.
No.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us tonight for the December Southern Fried User Group. I will close out tonight with something that was a bit hastily put together. There's a little bit of fun in this, I think, still, but it's a Christmas reading for the night before Christmas, with keeping with this being our last meeting here before Christmas and at the end of the year. I felt it would be fun. I went looking for a few different things, and one of the things that I found back from 2004, back in the ASP.NET forums, when that was a primary location for a lot of DNN chatter to happen, several people put together DNN Christmas carols. It started with Gabe Hoffman, who began by bringing us the first day of, the 12 days of Christmas for DNN. And tell you what, for the sake of the screen share, I'll bring that up a little bit larger. So he had the 12 days of Christmas, and that's a lot of fun. Christoph replied in there, plenty of other people replied, but then we had Do You Hear What I Hear from an older version, which mentions plenty of people who were instrumental in the DNN community at that time. And later,
sing these, Ryan? Can you sing them to us?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a dramatic reading for my version here in just a second. So Tao Moon or Tao Muon wrote "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," and that got me thinking that would be a lot of fun for me to put together. So I've done my own rough update for "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," and here we go with a dramatic reading. "'Twas the last SO5 before Christmas, a rest for all of us. Not a developer was coding, not even prolific Daniel Valada. Pull requests, installs, and triage were organized in GitHub with care in hopes that new updates soon would be there. DNN core team was still working on the DNN store, and David Poindexter was working on skinning some more. The developers were nestled all snug in their beds while visions of new file managers danced in their heads. With Mitchell in charge and flying in the blue, he had just settled down for a long code review. Written by moonlight, all of that new rendered code gets us all excited and into new release mode, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a promise of DNN 10 in the new year. The Southern Fried DNN User Group is here to give encouragement, and we all hope that 2021 is better by quite a good bit. Thinking of the future, we all exclaim, make DNN 10 out of sight. Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a good night. Clap, boos, throw a tomato, nothing, okay.
That's awesome.
Well, I will post that. I will post that on the website along with the few links that we have from tonight's session, including the link to where you can replay this version of DNN Jeopardy again with friends and family, or when you post this video, you can always watch it and share with others.
Ryan?
I'll pass the mic and check in with David and Clint and really anyone else in the crew. Is there anything else that we want to mention here as we sign off for 2020?
Hey, Ryan, make that reading timeless by not mentioning a version number for DNN, and that way every year can be read.
We just do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and since we're not in that whatever year that was that Nina posted that, hopefully your version won't be in one huge long string that's wrapped, and it'll be an actual poetic.
No, yeah. My version that has stanzas to it. It's a little bit better formatted. Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, everyone. I enjoyed spending time with you here at our last meeting of 2020. We will meet up as we do always the third Thursday of every month. So the third Thursday in January, we'll be here, and we will have 2021's new pitches for ideas, tips, and tricks in DNN and news and information as it comes. Thank you very much, everyone. Good night.
Thank you.
Great holidays to you all.